Everyone talks about the girlies these days. Not enough people talking about what I like to call the girlos. This is a pretty radical theory that I've only discussed with my hairdresser. A girlo is someone who, if born a couple years later, would be a practicing lesbian. You know how in past generations people were like, well, if I was born a couple years later, I would have been drafted. Well, our generation has that with lesbianism. Let's look at the year. Okay, let's look at the years. It all comes down to the year 1995, or as I call it, the Sapphic Meridian. It all depends on which side of the Sapphic Meridian you were born on. To be out as a woman, to be born pre-95, like you basically threw the first brick at Stonewall. It was like, it was a job. You had to go to the DMV with 2 forms of ID. Now, if you're born 95 and after, and you're a woman who identifies as straight, you're basically the host of the Call Her Daddy podcast. You are Alex Cooper with a blowout, who recently had Jane Goodall on the podcast. I have never seen footage that could recruit me for war. I was watching it like, okay, Dr. Goodall, shower sex. Yes or yes, Daddy? I just want to get the word out about the chimps. So a girlo is someone who was born pre-Sapphic Meridian, who is now living in a McMansion, a new build somewhere, with a husband named Dan and several children, and looking out at all this, being like, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't know we could do that. Like, I know you could, but it's like when they put a moving walkway in at the airport, like that's kind of like the lesbian fast track now after 95. It's like, she's like, oh man, did I miss it? Well, no, you know, no, because I really did like Colin Firth a lot growing up. Girlos loved Colin Firth because Colin Firth is a tofurkey. He's it's sapphic desire is almost bursting out of a thin heterosexual casing. He's a British man, poorly piloted by a team of lesbians. Just thinly veiled lesbian erotica, like the Men in Black alien. If you cut him in half, you would just see the Indigo Girls in there, just with leather. He's always soaking wet, coming out of a body of water. Madam Toppington. Respectfully, Madam Toppington. If I cannot make you my wife, then spray me with the fireman's hose. Destroy me with your heavy flow. Madam, if you are not free bleeding in my carriage, by next moon, then put a rock on my back and let me live out the rest of my days as a crustacean, madam. I remember seeing people in a Colin Firth when I was young and being befuddled by the appeal. I remember being like, this is for girls who put turtles on their Christmas list. Yeah, we're all ready to talk about horse girls, but no one's ready to talk about turtle girls. Girlos are turtle girls, okay. I feel like media used to have these Trojan horses like Colin Firth. Patrick Swayze is another great example. If you were to show a photo of Patrick Swayze to a straight 30-year-old woman, she would say, that is not a heterosexual sex pot, that's a trail medic named Deb. Growing up in Massachusetts, the gay women in my family, they really had to basically say, here's what we're doing and here's how we're doing it. For my family to get the hint. My family would be, Chris, we don't know. Well, we saw them propose to each other on stage at Lilith Fair while Katie Lang was open firing binders into Chris, who's to say? Chris, we can't say. Until we see government footage of them lezzing about. We cannot, Chris, we cannot know. Girlos love to plant their feet when they flirt. A Girlos flirt stance, strong as the mighty sequoia. God forbid two Girlos flirting with each other. Sun setting behind them. Girlos rule my life. They're always pissed at me. My life is so full of Girlos, and they're like, Chris, you gotta get your shit together. You gotta learn to do, Chris, come on, Chris. Something you gotta know about me, I contain neither skill set from the divine feminine nor the damned masculine. So both ends of the gender spectrum treat me like a visitor who washed up on shore. Oh shit, we gotta teach this thing to use a spork? What the fuck? What is this, Angora rabbit? Oh my God! I need a hose! On Chris's rider, only give him the rug that they use at Petco for the wayward Afghan hounds. Jesus Christ! I'm covered in asbestos!